Welcome back, everyone. Today we're talking about the switch big spin heel flip, and this is definitely one of the most difficult flat ground tricks that you could learn. I'm not kidding when I say that. I definitely think that this is a hard trick, and I applaud you for trying it. So know how to do a switch frontside big spin and make sure that you have those down, because this trick is very similar. Know how to switch heel flip also, obviously. It helps to know how to switch front heel too. If you don't know how to do that, that's fine, but the more the merrier, especially when you're trying something this difficult. And the reason why I'm doing it switch is because I'm not too good at them regular, and it just feels better switch in my opinion. I like starting off switch and landing regular. So the same concepts could apply to the regular big spin heel flip, but I'm just doing it switch here for you guys. So again, have your frontside big spins down. That's really the basis for this trick, and the front foot I think is the most difficult part of this trick, because you have to just really get this strange heel flip motion going right, and you need to get it all going at the same time. And once you figure that out, it becomes a lot easier. Another tip I would say is to make sure you're trying this on the right ground. And that sounds weird, you know, I'm not saying you can't do it on certain types of ground, but it's just going to be a lot easier if you try this trick on a smooth street or polished concrete, something like you know, like the ground at the barracks, or at a smooth skate park, or you know, like an indoor warehouse or something like that, where you have really smooth polished concrete. And that's just going to give you a better scoop. It's easier to scoop tricks like this when you have ground that's going to work with you. If you try it on a regular sidewalk or just regular concrete that's not smooth or polished or anything like that, you're not going to get as good of a response on the scoop. And I'm not saying you can't do it, but you're just going to have a much better experience trying this trick if you try it on like a smooth street or on polished concrete. So you want to set up like a switch big spin on the back foot. You want the toes in the corner pocket, and you want to give it a really hard scoop. And just like the switch big spin, the goal is to really just kind of stay behind the board and let the board rotate in front of you. If the board goes behind you at any point, you've already lost the trick. It's just not going to spin as well, and you just want to end up shoving the board to where it stays at least under you, or it feels like it's ahead of you. And the difficult part about this is that after starting that switch big spin motion, you want to kick the heel flip out in a way that works and kind of coincides with the big spin. You don't want too much of it, you don't want too little of it, but you just need the right amount. And you'll notice here that when I kick the heel out, it's not just completing the heel flip, but it's also kicking back in this arching motion, and that helps complete the big spin as well. So the front foot is, I think, just as much responsible in completing the big spin on this trick as the back foot is. You know, the front foot's not just there to kick out a heel flip, it really just assists with the big spin also. And this is something that I mentioned with the varial heel flip tutorial that I did, and I mentioned that in that tutorial that the front foot's not only responsible for a heel flip, but it really helps push the board back and complete the shove it. And that's the case here too. The front foot really helps out a lot with the big spin as well. And like I said, it's going to help a lot to try this on a good solid ground, because if the ground's not working with you on this trick, it's a lot easier to get ahead of this trick and just land on the nose, or just not complete the big spin at all. So when the ground works with you on this trick, it helps a lot. And that's the same for just a regular switch big spin as well. It's just easier to do it on smooth ground. The main problems you'll experience with this trick is just not getting the heel flip right. You know, you get too much of it, you get too little of it, you mess up the scoop, and you're not able to complete the rotation. But I think a good tip that helps out with this is to focus on allowing the front foot to become the main point of contact once you've begun the flip, because the front foot is going to become the back foot again, right? So you want to shift your weight towards the front foot once this trick starts reaching the halfway point. And that's because the front foot is going to become the back foot again, because you're doing a 180-degree rotation. You don't want to stay heavy on the back end for this trick. And that's what's confusing, because you start out heavy on the back end to really get a nice solid scoop, but you want to shift your weight towards the front foot again, just to make sure that you land with good weight. Otherwise, if you stay heavy on the back foot, that back foot is eventually going to become the front, right? So you don't want to stay on the back foot when it's going to become the nose. So hopefully that makes sense to you guys, but you want to end up shifting the weight to the nose, because it eventually becomes the tail again. So all of these things coming together, it just helps to flick it out on the ground and just see how the motion is going to work, and just apply really just apply what you know about the switch big spin already, and just add that heel flip motion to it, and make sure that it's all working in a smooth, synchronized motion, and it will work in your favor. So that's the switch big spin heel flip. It was kind of difficult to describe, but I hope that you guys got something valuable out of that. Comment down below on any other difficult flip tricks you want me to cover in the future, and I will see you next time.